Boy, you were busy this morning. You came in early because this system moving in has just really put some snow down on the roads that's kind of icing over now in places.
Right, the temperature is starting to warm up, but they are chilly out there around the area, and any snow and ice that's on the roads certainly slick out there. And we're going to get another round of snow moving in. Let's take you outside right now. Wells Fargo Skycam. We did have some flurries just about 20 minutes ago. Those have moved out. But again, we're kind of in between systems right now. We have another fairly weak system, not as strong as we initially thought, moving in, dropping down from the north, but it's going to bring another round of cold air as well as some snow that will eventually later this morning transition to all rain. It's what happens in between that could be a little bit dicey with some potential freezing rain. All right, here's a look at our radar over the last 3 hours, and there you can see we had one system moving through, and there's that system moving through, and this is the system dropping down from the north. Very chilly. It's a cold, frigid air mass, and it has moisture in it in the form of snow, and we're starting to see those flakes flying out there in some areas as well. So we do have a winter weather advisory in effect for our area. Everywhere you see there in white, we're looking at 1 to 4 inches for the Coast Range, 1 inch possible for the valley, and a good amount of snow up in the Cascades, anywhere from 4 to 8 inches of new snow up there. Okay, so here is how your Thursday is shaping up. We're going to be about 36 by noon. All that snow that we're going to see this morning, about 7 o'clock, 31 degrees. So the temperatures will drop. Morning snow, freezing rain, transition to all rain by noon, and then we'll be drying out as we head into the evening hours, topping out actually right around 40 degrees for a high. So we are going to warm up. But this morning, again, we are expecting snow, transition to rain, possibly some spots of freezing rain, and that is going to make for a pretty slick commute in some areas.
Buckle up, as they say, Keely. Thank you. So for those of you who rely on someone else to do the driving for public transportation, maybe you are wondering what your commute will look like this morning. So joining us now on the phone is Tyler Graff with TriMet. Good morning, Tyler. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing well.
Thanks for making the time. Any issues that riders need to know about?
So the freeze that came overnight brought some additional snow and, of course, some slick conditions. So we've been checking the high elevation routes this morning ahead of service, and we have noticed that with some packed snow and ice that we'll need to add traction devices, chain up our buses. So there are 24 bus routes right now where buses are chained, and they stretch from, Tigard, Beaverton area out to East Multnomah County, but also those high elevation areas. As for MAX, it typically runs pretty well in conditions like we've seen, but we're always watching for ice accumulating. Seems like that happened primarily overnight. So we were running trains with ice cutters equipped to them to shave thin layers of ice off of the overhead wires. So we're looking pretty good coming into this morning. But again, with the 24 routes that have chained buses, the buses on those routes are going to be limited to 25 miles per hour. So we suggest that riders plan a little extra time.
In addition to planning for extra time, obviously being prepared to stand out in the elements, what is the best way for riders to get updated information from TriMet as it pertains to their specific route?
Yeah, riders should always plan ahead, dress warmly, of course, because it's pretty cold outside. Before heading out, we suggest that riders check the weather report, but also go to trimet.org/alert. They can look up the line they plan on riding in the morning to see if there is a detour in effect, or if the buses on that particular route are being chained in the morning. There aren't any detours this morning, but trimet.org/alert is a good resource. They can also use our transit track or a trip planner as well to plan ahead.
Great, lots of options there. Tyler, thank you very much. We appreciate your time getting up so early with us this morning to let folks know what to expect. Let's now get to 3 things to know about COVID. Number 1, cases in Oregon are starting to spike again. The state reported more than 2,300 new cases yesterday. That's the highest daily number since September 10th. This graph right there shows the number of new cases each day over the past 6 months. We're keeping a close eye on hospitalizations as well, and so far, knock on wood, there is only a slight uptick. Number 2, COVID cases are at their highest level nationally as well. The U.S. is seeing an average of 265,000 new cases a day, but hospitalizations right now are much lower than they were during last winter's COVID spike before vaccines were widely available. And number 3, a rise in COVID hospitalizations among kids. It's not actually as concerning as the numbers may suggest, unless, of course, you're the parent or one of those children. In the last month nationally, here's what's going on. Kids in the hospital with COVID increased 52%. That number sounds huge, right? But in many cases, COVID is not what sent them to the hospital. They were there for another reason and then tested positive for COVID while undergoing care. Many didn't have any symptoms. Also, Oregon is not seeing any increase in children hospitalized with COVID. Those are the 3 things you need to know about COVID right now. The Oregon Health Authority is investigating 3 cases of a dangerous infection called Candida auris. This is the first time it's turned up in Oregon. We don't know how the people got infected, but we do know that doctors previously treated one of the patients internationally, and the other 2 were close contacts of that person.
I mean, the goal of our investigation is to really identify transmission and then to contain and stop that transmission. So as part of our investigation, we do screening of all patients who might have come into contact with these individuals.
Dr. Dat Tran with OHA says they only identified the 3 cases so far, but that investigation is ongoing. He also emphasized if you're healthy, you don't really need to worry about this particular fungus. Health officials say the fungus is responding to existing treatments among those 3 patients in Salem. Snow led police to some suspected burglars in Camas who are possibly tied to as many as 4 different break-ins. The first happened back on December 16th at the E Street Market. 2 suspects got caught on camera smashing a window to get in and then stealing items from the store. You can see it right there. The same thing happened again December 21st. Then there was another break-in at a 7-Eleven store on Sunday and another last night. While investigating the most recent burglary, police found footprints in the snow. They followed them right to the suspects walking nearby. They arrested a 15 and an 18-year-old. All right, we do want to get back to the weather for you with the forecast because it's really what's top of everyone's mind this morning. Let's turn it over to Keely right now.
Yeah, good morning. A chilly morning out there. We saw some snow accumulation a little bit overnight. We're getting a break, but we're going to see more as the system drops down from the north. I'll take you outside right now. This is a Rose City sky cam. We got clouds overhead, 36 degrees again. A little bit of a break between the snow activity. Temperatures chilly out there, but we're actually above freezing in many areas. 33 in Beaverton, 33 Hillsborough and King City. Again, we're at 36 here in the metro area. Temperatures in the upper 30s to 42 in Astoria out on the coast. East of the Cascades, very chilly. Temperatures right around 30 degrees in Bend. We're at 15 degrees right now in John Day. Taking a look at your satellite and radar, and you can see what's happening. We had one system basically moving through. There we are, kind of getting a break right now, but we have another system dropping down from the north. We're going to pan out a little bit to show you. There's that second system, and as it moves in, we're going to see rain for the coast, snow in the higher elevations of the Coast Range, the Cascades, as well as the valley. Futurecast will time it out for us. This is 5:30 this morning, and you can see the snow across the metro area, rain up there out on the coast, snow in the Coast Range and the Cascades. As we head into the afternoon, though, that transitions to all rain, and then we actually kind of start drying out as we head into the evening hours. It's that transition, though, guys, that between the snow and the rain this morning that could produce a little bit of freezing rain in some areas, and that can make for some slick spots as well. And then we are looking mainly dry on Saturday. So how much snow are we looking at? Really just maybe 3/100ths of an inch here in the metro area, but obviously more up in the Cascades. We're going to top out right around 41 degrees for a high today. It is going to be quite a bit warmer than it was yesterday, and we're going to be in the 40s as we head into next week as well. So your New Year's Eve looking partly sunny, just some flakes flying, not expecting any accumulation. And then Saturday, partly sunny, pretty dry there, and then we have rain and temperatures in the 40s as we head through the week. Steph.
Who would think the 40s are warm? Thank you very much, Keely. An astronaut from Washington is spending time on the International Space Station. We got a chance to talk with her from orbit. It's so cool, you guys. Coming up at 5:15, she describes what it's like to see Earth from a completely different point of view. Plus, as people stock up on booze for New Year's Eve and holiday parties, our Verify team looks into whether the pandemic has caused an increase in alcohol consumption. But before we head to the break, let's take Keely's words and put them into practice. See what's going on out there right now on the roads. A live look from Sunrise photographer Eric Patterson behind the wheel of Drive 8 this morning. He is right now on Highway 30 in Scappoose. It's 30 degrees out there right now, and you can see the roads for yourself. So factor that in if you are commuting this morning. We'll be right back.